Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to some more World of Warships, and today we are showing off a ship I recently got, and I know I'm incredibly late to the party, but I finally got it, especially since the Missouri, as it's obviously well known now what ship I am talking about, is going away here in a little while and is being replaced obviously by the Musashi, and well, I got words to talk about the Musashi, but that will be on a later date. Anyways, we are playing on everyone's favorite map, Tears of the Desert, playing Domination, unfortunately. We have two Missouris, a Musashi, KGV, Gneisenau, Donskoy, Hipper, Tago, Fletcher, Sanyong, Moss, and Akatsuki. On the enemy team, there are two Missouris, Lion, Colorado, Nagato, Rune, Atago, Miyoko, C46, HSF, Harikaze, Sims, and Akatsuki. Man, it's good to be back in essentially what is the Iowa, but obviously it's a slight difference from that. It's obviously the Missouri, the Mighty Mo, and the Mighty Mo does and is a very powerful ship, and she does have radar, which really does kind of set her apart. So let's see, let's first talk about what the Missouri is going to be replaced. She is obviously getting replaced by the Musashi, and the Musashi, well, I have heard quite a few things. Obviously, it's a Yamato, but the Musashi is at tier 9, doesn't have that good AA, doesn't have good secondaries, has a lot fewer secondaries, mind you, and her dispersion's a lot worse. Now, I am being very brave. As you see, there's two Missouris, there's an Ataga, and Ataga's probably the more annoying thing because, well, HC, and there's an Akatsuki. So Akatsuki is going to be around for a while, and I am obviously very concerned with him. But let's see if we can try to take out this Atago. Once again, the Atago is what I'm more leaning towards killing. Now, I will say it's been a long time since I played essentially the Iowa, so very different feel. I haven't played this whole angles, stay, bow in, the normal style that you see with North Carolinas and Iowas. So it's been a little while. But obviously, with the fact there's an Akatsuki and an Atago, which does have torpedoes, and more than likely he is dropping torpedoes, I am not in a very great position. I do have two destroyers, mind you, but they aren't in a position to really spot any torpedoes. So I'm beginning the whole tactic of reversing. Now, I should probably point out, I do apologize. I am joined with a few of my friends. They actually haven't been on my channel in a while, and I do apologize, but they're still around. I do play with them. This was a very decent battle, and look at that. Citadel on the Atago. This Atago should go down, but once again, he is probably dropping torpedoes, so it's probably a good idea to get out of the way. I probably should go ahead and mention who I'm playing with. I am playing with both Brandon and Jay, both in the ships respectively behind us, and there's this Missouri that is going to be firing HE. I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's just doesn't do a lot of damage, and selling broadside to us isn't very beneficial for him as well. It doesn't really cause a lot of damage. Look at all these torpedoes incoming. I knew they were eventually going to come, but right now we have a Missouri just pushing in. Sinyong is being extraordinarily brave. I believe he did drop his torpedoes and is now at least hoping to finish taking out this Missouri. Very close range right now. Trying to wait for that broadside. Trying to keep in as much as possible. Can we get a Citadel? No, Citadel did damage one of his guns. Back turret is coming around. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get a shot off on him, so I'm going to have to allow my friendlies to take him out. It does look like Jay does get the kill on the Missouri. That is definitely very good. Our team is ahead in 2 ships. But now there's obviously another Missouri, and there's still that destroyer around, which I am very concerned about. And I'm very, very far forward. This Miyoko is definitely becoming an annoyance. And there is the Akatsuki. Definitely would love to get rid of him, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get the chance. This Missouri is constantly firing at us with HE. And there we go. Popped our radar. Akatsuki is now spotted, but we don't actually have any real cruisers on the side. There's actually not that many cruisers at all. Fortunately, this Akatsuki is missing us quite heavily. So able to dodge all those torpedoes. Get another citadel on this enemy Missouri. I don't know what his plans was. He's just constantly selling broadside. Constantly shooting HE. And is probably going to go down one way or another. Now the radar on the Missouri is very similar to a lot of USN. There we go. Actually got the kill. It does have around a 9.4 reach. It does last for a good amount of time. I believe it's about, what, 45 seconds? Something like that. But we survived that encounter, which I'm very surprised we did. Definitely was very dangerous, but I don't want to continue pushing south. I'm going to push towards B, try to help out our friendlies with the B cap, because the enemy team has really concentrated most of their efforts towards the A cap. Now granted, our friendlies have secured A and is trying to secure B, but the enemy team is now pushing up into A, and there are the torpedoes. I believe, I don't know if those might be, they're probably Akatsuki's torpedoes. Once again, focusing on this Miyoko. That salvo right there looks nice, but unfortunately do miss him, which is unfortunate. But it's good time to pull back, and unfortunately I'm going to be saying hello to Brandon and his Musashi. Gonna try to get turned. Let's see, can we not touch each other? Very nice. Actually dodged each other. Okay, so at the moment our team is ahead in points, and we're doing really well as far as, especially on damage, 121,000. And I would like to say that this battle was very profitable. And now I understand why they say the Missouri prints money, because she does a really good job printing money. So, alright, got another heal up. We still have at least one more heal available for us. Hopefully that should keep us alive for a little bit longer. Still trying to get rid of this Missouri as quickly as possible. Miyoko. You would think I would know my ships by now. Can we get the kill? No, our shells just go right over him, spread all around. But now we need to focus on the B cap, because the enemy team still has 4 destroyers, and we do not. And now I'm gonna be, I do apologize, Jay, but unfortunately I'm gonna be running right in front of you, and unfortunately that's not gonna be very helpful. Now I do pop my radar, thinking that maybe we can spot that destroyer that was in that smoke screen. But unfortunately I think it's just, there we are, there he is, finally spotted. C-46 finally spotted. Open up on him. Definitely would like to take out the C-46, try to help out our team as much as possible. Nice big hit there, did 6,000 points of damage, and does go down to Brandon and the Musashi, so good. Alright, things are looking good. We did take out the enemy destroyer, at least one of them. Unfortunately, we have just lost another one of ours, which was the Fletcher, and things are still a little dicey. Now, granted, we are ahead in ships, we are ahead in points, but things could easily sway in the other direction. Now, keep in mind, we actually have the Battleship advantage. The enemy team only has a Lion, and I believe, memory serves me, either a Colorado. Definitely not what you want to see. But can we get a nice hit? Ooh, nice hit on that Sims. Now he's very low in health. Now the enemy team, yeah, definitely doesn't have the Battleship advantage, but they did have the destroyer advantage until now, and Brandon takes another destroyer kill, takes out the enemy Sims, and things are looking really well. All 3 of us are in a very advantageous placement. to where we were able to kind of keep our nose in, and now the battleships aren't really that capable of doing significant amount of damage, but that is a lion, and that lion will probably be firing HE. Alright, so we are spotted, and there is a Akatsuki just 6.5 kilometers away from us, and definitely want to try to get rid of him as quickly as possible. Let's see if we can surprise him. He probably knows we're around, but I think he did drop his torpedoes, so we should be able to give a good surprise to this enemy Akatsuki. Shows away, and nice big ol' hit there. Can we finish him off with secondaries? There we go. Kill number 2. Got a close quarter and devastating strike with that. Very, very nice. And the teams are fairly even on ships. We do have obviously one ship more than they do, and let's see if we can get around beside them, because obviously now this lion has to take into consideration that there is a Musashi and a Missouri right in front of him, but he can't and is not capable of presenting a broadside to every single ship. And right now, this Harikaze, I believe, is being radared, is hopefully gonna go down. Would like to take him out. Let's see, shots away. Let's see if we can get another kill. That would be fantastic. And not bad. Good hit there. And does disappear, but more than likely he's going to be in our radar range, so we're gonna go ahead and pop that. And radar does locate him, and unfortunately for him, he is going to get focused down fairly quickly. Now this lion is in a quite terrible position, showing us a significant amount of broadside. We have just lost our last destroyer. This lion is takes a big ol' hit from us, earned high caliber, and things are looking pretty good. All that's left on our side are 3 battleships and 1 lonely little cruiser, but unfortunately for the enemy team, there is just almost nothing they can do. They'd have to be extremely lucky to take out 2 Missouris and a Musashi, but unfortunately this lion is just at the end of his days. And wow, the dispersion on this ship is fantastic. Unfortunately, we don't get a kill. That goes to Brandon once again. That is, I believe, his 3rd or 4th kill. I think it was his 4th. So yeah, I kind of like the Missouri. It's a really good ship, especially if played right. Does have its disadvantage, as per usual, any type of ship. Shots off on the Colorado, but unfortunately for him, yeah, Musashi and a Missouri, and that is game. So as I did mention, the Missouri really does print out money. 1,108,289 silver, 13,079 XP, 1 devastating strike, Confederate, fireproof, close quarter expert, and high caliber. 179,677. Not a bad game. Didn't get a lot of kills, but hey, we made a crap ton of money, and wow, I love this ship. It's really nice to make money. Top of the team with a base XP of 2,435. Once again, Jay got 4 kills, and then Brandon got 3 while I got 2. So you can see that we did quite a bit. We definitely helped carry the team. We had the majority of the kills between the 3 of us. As far as damage, we did 48,000 against the Missouri and 8,000 against the Akatsuki, 32,000 against the Lion, 26 against the Otago, 24 against the Miyoko, and 24 against the other Missouri, plus a lot of damage against enemy destroyers, which is super beneficial because it's not based on the amount of damage, it's based on the percentage of health that you removed from enemy ships, and destroyers, since they are much smaller and have a much smaller health pool, make you a lot of money. This was very nice. AP did 171,101. Our secondaries actually did a really good job, 8,576. Unfortunately, got no fire damage, but we did cause 2 fires, which was superb. Our potential damage was 1,529,595. So not bad. Not bad at all. With that, we're going to go ahead and jump into the port, and we're going to take a quick look at the Missouri, and hopefully this is going to be out before it does go away from the market. So hopefully you guys will get enough free XP and get the ship because she is really good. So I will see you guys in just a second. Alright everyone, welcome back to the port, and once again, if you don't have the Missouri and there's still time, try to get that free XP because you really do want the ship. Highly recommend her, really fantastic ship. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at her stats. Survivability, she has 78,300 points of health, a little bit less than the sister ship Iowa, but her torpedo protection is a little bit better by 2%, I believe, but it's definitely a 2% better than the Iowa. Definitely very beneficial. Armor layout, very similar to the Iowa in a lot of ways. She does have a lowered citadel, but you still can get citadeled, which is beneficial because it's lower, but still you will be citadeled as you did see against the Iowa. So not bad, as long as you play her as what is probably well known as a bow-in formation, you should do fine because the majority of her guns are in the front, and for the most part your rear should just be there as if you can get a shot out. She has 3 triple 406mm. They have a 30-second reload time, 38.3 degrees turn time, max dispersion, which is 261. Max HE damage is 5,700 with a 36% fire chance. Max AP damage is 13,500, and the firing range is 23.4, which is just absolutely insane. Now her AP will have a slight hang time, and that is something very, I guess you could say, beneficial, but at the exact same time, slightly of a headache because it does require more lead to give to a ship to ensure that your shots actually land, but with the higher arcing of the shells does allow it to come down at a greater angle, cause a lot more penetration, as well as clear islands if you need to. She does have some secondary guns. You have 10 dual 127mm. They have a 6-second reload time, 1800 HE damage, 5% fire chance, and a 7.2 kilometer range. So overall, not bad. Her AA is very potent, very powerful. You have 29 dual 20mm. They have an average damage of 177 with a 2.9 kilometer range. Then you have 20 quad 40mm. They have an average damage of 318 with a 5.1 kilometer range. And then you have 10 dual 127mm with an average damage of 151 with a 7.2 kilometer range. Maneuverability. She's fast. She's faster than the Iowa. 34.6 knots. Very quick ship. Allows her to move around and traverse the map very quickly. So very beneficial. Turning circle radius is 920 meters. Kind of big on turning. The rudder shift time's not the greatest. It's not the worst. 15.5 seconds. So there is that. Not a super nimble ship, but that really does come down to her design as being a long, narrow ship, which means that a long, narrow ship cannot turn very quickly. But anyways, concealment, 12.2 kilometers. Sneaky, sneaky ship. I love it. Very potent, can sneak up and surprise enemy ships if obviously they have a greater surface detect than you do. The detectability range by air is 11 kilometers. And while in smoke is 15.6, but no one really uses smoke anymore in battleships, so it's there if you need it. Alright, moving on to the upgrades. Very normal for a USN battleship. Main armaments mod 1, damcom mod 1, AA guns mod 2 to increase the AA guns because your AA guns are really powerful. Steering gears modification 2, just to reduce that rudder shift time. Concealment expert as per usual, and since it is a USN battleship, it does have the artillery planting room mod 2, which does increase the accuracy of the guns by reducing the dispersion by 11%. Moving on to the consumables. Once again, this is a Missouri, and it does have the surveillance radar, as many of you guys know. 9.45 kilometer detect, 35 seconds active, reload time is 120, and it is a very powerful ship. That radar makes her very powerful against enemy destroyers, against enemy British cruisers. So very powerful, highly recommend. Moving on to the captain. This is actually my Montana captain. Is the original captain I've had since I started the USN line, but unfortunately he does not fully upgraded. He's still being worked on, and I might be different from some of you. Normally, whenever I have my own premium, they generally will have their own captain. Captain specifically designed for the ship. But in this case, I am using my Montana, which is probably something very normal and probably something you want to be keeping as far as the captain skills. I do have priority target. I do have expert marksman. I have adrenaline rush, superintendent, advanced firing training, and concealment expert. After the captain gets up to 19, I will have 3 additional points. Vigilance would be extremely beneficial just to spot torpedoes incoming, as well as possibly either basic survivability, or I could even come up here to get high alert, reduce the reload time on my radar. The choices are endless, but I more than likely will probably get vigilance just to increase my survivability as much as possible. So anyways, not a bad ship. Very, very nice. Let's quickly talk about the Musashi. Because the Musashi, once again, is the new option available for anyone that has a substantial amount of free XP. And is going to be obviously fully replacing the Missouri once, I believe, the update 7.2 comes around. And the Musashi, oh gosh, this ship. So once again, the Musashi is the sister ship of the Yamato. She has the same caliber guns, which does mean they will overmatch any bow armor and obviously do a substantial amount of damage, as well as do quite a bit overpinning. I don't know if I like her. Now, keep in mind, I will probably fully try out the ship whenever I can. I do not own the ship, obviously. I'm a little bit late to the party with Missouri. I will probably be a little bit late to the party with the Musashi, but I will see if I can try out the ship and give my thoughts on it further. But from what I've heard, yes, she is essentially Yamato at tier 9. Her dispersion is terrible. Her dispersion is quite terrible. Her AA guns are terrible. Her secondary guns are terrible. Granted, you do have some big secondary guns. You have 4 triple 155 millimeters, so essentially a Mogami's gun on the side, and you have 4 of them. And then you have these much smaller secondaries, 6 dual 127 millimeters. But the real main issue is her AA guns. Yes, you can definitely buff them, but they're not that strong, especially if you compare it to the Missouri. And once again, this is just due to the fact you don't want to make a tier 9 overpowered ship with Yamato caliber guns. It's just something you don't really want. But from what I've heard, I'm very cautious on whether or not I actually would like to get her. I don't really foresee myself purchasing this ship, even if I did have plenty of free XP. But anyways, that's kind of my quick thoughts on the Musashi. I will try to be doing a video on it a little bit later on when I get the opportunity to. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. You guys have a great and fantastic day. Zaijian.